Hey guys, Huzzy here bringing you another video. So welcome to obviously a different type of video that we don't really, we don't do this often, unboxing videos of tech. I think we've done a few, like maybe 2 or 3 computer ones over the years. And then last year we did a laptop one. Well, this is obviously a brand new laptop one. So I picked up myself and it's in its box, a Razer blade. So we're going to do an unboxing, and then we're also going to be doing a review. So this video is going to be split into 2 halves. The first half is going to be a unboxing and just like general Q&A that, what one did I get? Why did I go for this laptop? What other laptops were in contention? And also, why am I upgrading in the first place? And then the second half of this video will be me time traveling in about a week's time. And then I'll be giving my opinions after using the laptop for about a week. So the first thing I want to actually begin with before we get into it is, why am I upgrading? So this is the laptop that some of you may recognize. This is a MSI GE72 that I got last year. Why am I upgrading it? Because this is still a very powerful laptop. This plays League of Legends over 200 frames per second pretty easily. So, Huz, what's the deal? Basically, the deal is you can see how big this laptop is. This is a 17.3-inch display. It's actually kind of thick, and it's actually very heavy for a laptop. And I like traveling, just like even going to friends or doing LANs or doing actual traveling that might be coming up soon. I went to Rome recently, and I didn't take this on purpose because of how bulky and heavy it is. So one reason is that the Razer blade is just simply thinner, it's lighter, it's smaller. So that's one tick of the box. The second one is the trackpad in this laptop is the worst trackpad in the world. And I'm just going to say that right now. When I first got the laptop, and if you guys remember that review, I was like, the trackpad's okay. It got worse pretty quickly after doing that review. It has a mind of its own. Like, half the time, you're trying to move the trackpad, and it just doesn't listen. It does whatever it wants. So I'm hoping the new one, the Razer one, will be fine, and no one has had complaints about it. Trust me, I did a lot of research, where these are notorious for bad trackpads. So that is also another reason. And then finally, if I am doing a bit more travel, the Razer blade that I got is just nicer. Like, it's got, I don't want to give the specs too much away, but it's just nicer. It's got a better monitor. It's got a better graphics card. It's got better RAM. So it's just better. So if I want to play games while I'm traveling, if I want to make videos and render stuff, it's just a more powerful machine. So there you go. So that is why I'm not using this. And before anybody asks, no, I'm not giving this away. Either I'll probably give it to a friend, like someone that I know who really needs it, or I'll sell it. Or I'll just keep it. It's always good to have spares of things. So that is why. Secondly, I got, now we're going to get part into the unboxing. I got this. So this goes with the Razer Blade. That's what I got. The Razer Blade 15 2018 new edition. So it's a carry case, but why I like this and why I got this one, and, it's probably an overpriced case, is it actually doubles as a trackpad. And, if I'm in a hotel room, I 100% now have a mouse pad with me at all times, as long as I'm having the laptop in this case. So I was like, that is just like a really nice feature. So I guess we'll begin the unboxing by opening this and just see what the quality's like. If my memory serves correct, and I will say prices, because why not? This laptop case from memory was 40 roughly pounds. So that is like $55, which obviously is quite expensive. On initial, it actually does feel really nice. So it's got Velcro to open it. Which I actually wasn't expecting, but it's got Velcro to open it, so the laptop just goes in there, and then when you're not playing with it or something, then you can use one of the sides, I guess, as just a mouse pad. Potentially, you hold the laptop there, and then you can use here as a mouse pad or something. So that's actually pretty nice. So it's really nice build quality. Is it worth £40? Probably not. Someone's saying, why don't I convert it to euros? Because I don't know euro conversion. I get paid in dollars, and obviously I live in Britain, so that's why. But there we go. That's the laptop thing. And now the box itself. So here is the box. I got rid of the actual big box it comes in. The box itself, it does feel a little bit heavy, but I will say this, and it's actually kind of funny. This box that contains everything with the laptop, probably the power cable, the power brick, the manuals, This is probably about the same size, same weight as my old laptop, and this has got everything in it. So that just kind of gives an idea. So I haven't, all I did was prep it. I have not opened and flipped the lid. The stream kind of tested that I am live streaming right now. So how is it? Okay, so it's a fold out, and then I guess it's a pull out. Okay, so I am pretty excited for this, I'm going to be honest. And, you know, I will say the vast majority of the use that this laptop will have. So there is, I guess, the power brick and stuff. The vast majority of this laptop has of use is I'm in bed. I use it every single night in bed. Wait, that is the box the laptop is in. Whoa. If the box is that thin, that's about the same thickness as my current laptop. And the box of it is that thin. It's upside down. Oops. Yeah, I kind of actually just want to do a little bit of a comparison straight away. So, this is the old laptop. So, if we do... So, side-on-side comparison, it's very close. Like, you can even see the box itself is smaller than my old laptop. And it's very, very close on thickness. And that is just the box of the laptop. So I think we've made a good choice of the laptop being thin. Before we get the laptop, let's open this. Let's you know, get this out of the way. I'm hoping it's not like a massive power brick, because, you know, if you're buying a thin laptop, you're purposely buying a thin laptop because you want it to be thin. Then you don't want like a massive power brick, do you? And obviously, I will say the price when we get the laptop out, but it's an expensive laptop. You know, these aren't cheap, so you are paying, and part of the reason why they're expensive is you're paying what I call thin tax. Is that, you know, you're buying a laptop that's incredibly thin and that's powerful. That's expensive. It's thin tax. Okay, so the power brick itself doesn't look too bad. So that's the size of it. It's decent. Like, it's my hand. You know, it's decent. I'd actually would have liked if it was thinner, smaller. It is actually quite thin if I get it out of the plastic. So it's bigger than I thought in terms of like that way, but it is quite thin. So it's not bad. This will fit into a backpack really easily. So there's that. And then what's in here is just the other half of this, so we don't need to open that. All right, so let's get to the actual laptop that people care about, that I care about. So it's obviously got the Razer green at the bottom. So it goes here, I guess. Bum. You guys are watching. This is the first time I've opened it. Da 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 da. Oh. Thank you for choosing a Razer system. And there is the laptop itself. So the reason why I went for this is I think it's actually understated for a gaming laptop. You know, that MSI one is red and black and like, roar. With this one, the only thing that is telling you it's a gaming laptop is that right there. That's it. The rest of it is actually very reminiscent of a MacBook. Wait, is it seriously that... Look how thin it is! Wow, that's thin. That's what she said. Oh my god. Okay, I'm already really happy if you can't tell. I didn't realise it would be that thin. It kind of feels like I'm going to snap it. Oh my god. Okay, let's open it together for the first time. How to open? Alohomora. Oh god. Ah, I was trying to open it the wrong way, I think. That might be why. Yeah. Okay. Da na na na. So there we go. And then, so there is the Razer Blade 15. So speakers are on either side. Big old trackpad and the keyboard there. So now I guess we can talk about what one did I get and that type of thing. How much did it cost? So this laptop cost just around £2,000, which is around, if I'm not mistaken, $2,300 to $2,400. Which is obviously pricey. You know, that is way more expensive than my first two gaming desktops. It's not as much as my current one, but it's pricey. It's probably more than most people watching this video. And as I mentioned, you're paying... The reason why you're paying for that is, one, brand. You always pay for brand. But thin tax of how thin it is, and obviously it's a powerful machine. So what this one is a 2018 Razer Blade 15. It's a GTX 1060. I did not opt for the 1070 because I do not need the 1070. But what I did do, I did go for the 144 Hz monitor refresh rate. You can get a 60 Hz one. I went for the 144. Reason because it's going to be very hard for me to downgrade from what I've currently got. Both of my monitors on this on my desktop here were 140, are both 144, and you know, it's very apparent when you're not on 144 and you're used to it. So in my opinion, I had to kind of go for that. But yeah, it's got 16 gig of RAM. I also went for the 512 gigabyte SSD. And yeah, like it's a very nice laptop. Again, it's more powerful than the old one. And again, what we can do is just do a little bit of a comparison. The boxes are going everywhere. God, the weight difference is huge. So there's a side on. Hopefully, like that shows the there you go. That's a pretty good side on side of how it's like half. It's like half of the thickness, and then obviously, yeah, it's not a true comparison of like size because one's a 17-inch, one's a 15-inch. So you know, it's a lot smaller. But again, I don't need a 17-inch laptop. I kind of regret buying a 17. So that is the unboxing. If Twitch chat have any questions about it that I can try and answer, feel free to put them in now. But you know, I'm looking forward to this. Again, as I mentioned, this is mainly going to be a bedtime laptop. It's a lot smaller, it's a lot lighter, so it's a lot better for bedtime laptops. But it is also again, I'm a business, I'm a YouTube channel, so when I'm traveling, I need to have a powerful machine just in case I need to do something. As I mentioned, I am traveling soon. Hopefully, if everything works out, I need to have something that can cope. And what I liked about this one, and we can get into why did I pick Razer instead of, like, some people can go, what about the MSI Stealth? Or what about, like, this or that? Couple things. One, curiosity. And I will say, obviously, that's an expensive thing to do when it comes to curiosity. I'm just interested to see if Razer make a good laptop. They're a peripheral brand that branched out to laptops. I've never even used one. I don't think I've ever seen one in the wild. Secondly, I actually prefer the look of this to any of the other ones on the market. As I mentioned, it's very understated. Like if I really wanted to, could get a skin and completely cover that, and like no one would know it's a gaming laptop because it's very much like a black MacBook. Like that's basically what it looks like. It just looks like a black MacBook with a Razer badge on it. The build quality I've heard is fantastic. Sometimes people have had like, you know, issues with it. I keep trying to open it the wrong way. Also, that tab, I have to work out what that is. Some people have said like sometimes they break or sometimes things goes wrong, but obviously there's warranty. But I guess, yeah, we can turn it on if there's any power. Last time I tried this, last year with that MSI, there was no power in the laptop. This one's got power. So obviously it's got a backlit keyboard, Razer symbol. Some saying, but will it run League? Yes. My old laptop ran League at over 200 frames per second. This one's more powerful than that. So what I will do is in the second half to this video, which will be coming up very soon, I will do a complete breakdown. And if I've got enough time, I'll actually record League gameplay on this laptop to show you the performance of it, and maybe we can run a couple benchmarks. But yeah, no, I'm already pretty chuffed with it. I'm pretty happy. My only concern is how is the trackpad going to be, because that MSI wasn't good. Very good laptop. It dealt with being hot relatively easily. And again, I guess that's another concern, is it's a full metal build. How hot is this thing going to get? You know, will my hand be hot if I just have it here and it's on? Like, that's also another thing, because obviously the thing with having a very thin laptop is it has less cooling. So the fans for this thing are at the bottom. So that's the intake fans of how this thing gets cool. And I'm guessing here is it where it like gets rid of the heat. So obviously if you're having it on a bed or a lap, well, it's not going to do very well with cooling if the intake is at the bottom. So I might need to get myself like a bed stand for laptops or something, but there you go. Anyway, that is part one to this video. Hopefully you guys will enjoy. What I guess I can do is just make sure and double check it fits into the case. So hang on. So we'll close the laptop and then open the Velcro and then slide it It actually seems it's a bit big, but yeah. Slide it in. So in it goes like that. Wham, bam, and then that goes in your backpack. So nice, pretty happy. So that's part 1. Part 2 will be coming up. Like for you guys watching the video, it's going to come right now. But for you guys watching the stream, I'll be doing that in about a week's time. But anyway, that was it. Thanks. Alright, so welcome to part 2 to the Razer Blade 15 2018 review. So a few days ago, probably about 5 days ago or so, I unboxed this. That was obviously the first half of this video. And I said, you know, a few days later, I'll, you know, talk about my thoughts. Do I like it? Is it worth it? And all that good stuff. So yeah, I've been using it every day. I've played a bit of some games on it, and you know, I will say, normally I'd never play games on this at home. Like this, when I'm at home, I use my desktop 100%. My laptops at home are for mainly like business stuff. So my Excel spreadsheets of invoices and stuff are all on this now. You know, emails that I do in bed. Obviously, it's a very powerful machine for that, but if I go downstairs, I bring this with me pretty much every single time. Like, it's basically my travel laptop, even within my own house, but in the reality of why I got it was for when I'm traveling. So when I go, you know, away, like, you know, I went on holiday recently, didn't bring a laptop then. I may be going somewhere in about a month and a half. You know, I don't want to bring a big MSI there, so that's what this is for. And, you know, going to visit family and stuff like that, it's always handy too. So the first thing to say is, like, the actual laptop itself of, like, actual physicality, very good. You know, it feels sturdy as hell. Like, it doesn't feel like it's gonna break, like, but it does feel like it would definitely get very damaged if you drop it, if that makes sense. Like, yes, it feels sturdy, it's like got that bulk weight to it, but if I drop this, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, it's not worth the test, put it that way. So you know, you want to be very careful with it. Backpack test, it does fit pretty much every single backpack that I own. I own a lot. Like, if you see there, they're all backpacks, by the way, but my actual backpack I use is over there, and it fits my backpack, which my old laptop didn't, so that's kind of nice. The sleeve, you know, the travel sleeve that I had, that's a bit big, so that itself doesn't fit in backpacks, just that you guys know. So if you're having this laptop in a backpack, you probably can't put it in the travel sleeve, so that's a little bit like eh. My only problem with it, the physicality of it, is you can maybe even see it, I don't know, but it's smudgy as hell. Because it's got like this matte, smooth finish, fingerprints, anything can get on this and it shows. So I'm already kind of probably tempted to customize this laptop just by its like appearance, and probably not too much, like just to basically, if you guys know, I'm not sponsored by them, but there's a company out there called D-Brand. They work with a lot of YouTubers, and they do skins for this laptop. They do skins for your PlayStation. They do skins for everything. I think I'm gonna pick myself a D-Brand skin, probably just matte black. But apparently because it's like a different material, it does not smudge. So I was like, maybe I'll do that. And again, I said to you guys, I'm not buying it for that badge, so even if it covers it, like, I don't really care. And that's also another thing that I like about this laptop already, when based on appearance. Cover that, and you have no idea what this laptop is. I actually kind of like that. There is no other signs of Razer apart from that. So if you don't want, if the way that I see, if you're somebody right now who works an office job and you need to buy a laptop, or you're given an allocation to buy a laptop, a lot of you would buy MacBooks. But what happens if you're a gamer? It's like, okay, I want to buy a gaming laptop. Well, a lot of them, like, you know, they've got red pinstripes. They kind of look racy, like a gamer laptop. This one, all you'd need to do is just buy this, and hell, that would probably be fine by itself. Like, on a business desk, I don't think stands out, especially if if people come into your desk and the back of it is facing away. Looks like a normal laptop. There's nothing out of the ordinary. But if you really wanted to, just one of those skins will just get rid of all of that. And some people say, but won't that fix the other ones? No, because the other ones have got all like these crazy vents around the side of them and stuff. This doesn't. It's a very professional looking laptop, which is why I was also drawn to it. So now actually to get into usability, way better than the MSI. So I can actually report it is a delight to use the trackpad, and I am very happy to say that, because as you guys know, my old MSI was a nightmare. It had a mind of its own. You know, some laptops nowadays have a reading sensor when your hand is just above the trackpad. This doesn't have that. I absolutely hate that feature. So it's very precise, very accurate, and it's got all the motion gestures that you actually get with the MacBook. So to scroll, you can just use 2 fingers. To zoom, you can just like spread them. I think that's pretty standard nowadays. The MSI didn't have it, but this does, and it makes browsing and stuff like so much simple. So you don't need to, like, you know, go over to the bar at the side of the browser and like click on it or drag it. It's just simply 2 fingers, swipe up or down, you're scrolling, and that's brilliant. The keyboard, because there were some concerns, great. Obviously, the reason why this laptop can be of this size, by the way, I didn't mention it in the unboxing, is the keyboard, there is no number pad over here. So I probably should have mentioned that, but the old MSI had one of those. I never use them. Hell, I've got my SteelSeries keyboard here. I never use it on this. So I don't care that it's not there. If it allows it to be a bit more compact and small, that's good in my book. So yeah, no trackpad. Speakers, I did play stuff out of them. Not bad, not amazing though. But let's be honest, how many people actually play stuff through their speakers on their laptop? I'm 24/7 in headphones, so that doesn't really bother me. Internet connection, so that obviously was another concern of mine when it came to buying something wireless, is my room is, and this is a personal problem, but my room is the other side of the house of where the wireless router is, and my 3DS, by the way, cannot reach where I am in my room. So if I want to do something like online on my 3DS, like a Pokemon trade with my friends, I've actually got to go the other side of the house to get it in range. It does not reach where I am now. Pleased to say, this is completely fine. It's got better signal, better MS response rate to anything else I've had wireless. Like, even my phone, which is an iPhone 10, when I'm connecting to the wireless of it, it's like identical. So it's very good with that. Next, let's go on to performance. So how is it? Like, is it a powerful machine? So just to remind everybody, this is a GTX 1060. It's got 6GB of RAM for the graphics card. It's got 16GB of just RAM in general. It's got a SSD 500GB. So again, not crazy storage, but again, I don't need crazy storage because I've got external hard drives if I'm doing any footage or something abroad. It's got a i7 850 something, or something like that. It's good. So to say the performance, so what I'm going to do right now is on the screen, I will bring up the footage that I recorded on my phone of me playing League or testing League. No, it's be on the screen right now. I'll do it in post. But the reason why I filmed it the way that I am now is because I didn't want people to kind of go, what happens if, like, oh, Huz, aren't you just filming it on your desktop and uploading, like, footage? No, so I actually wanted to show you, I'm using the laptop and just zoom into the top right and show you the frames per second. So it does, from memory, it is jumping around a little bit. That's completely normal. But it's solid at 144 frames per second when you cap it, which you do want to cap it because this monitor, again, is a 144 hertz refresh rate. Which again, I am actually very pleased that I did that. It is very smooth, and I'd actually probably say I've got good monitors, but the actual clarity of this monitor versus the monitors that I actually use on my day-to-day, the clarity on this monitor is better. It could be because it's smaller, so everything's more like precise. I don't know. But yeah, it's a nicer monitor that I'm using on my desktop. But yeah, League's running between 250 and 300 frames per second without changing any settings, and that, by the way, is also without gaming mode, which I will talk about now. So this laptop, like most gaming laptops, has a gaming mode that you can activate if you want a bit more power, a bit more juice out of your system. Pretty much only do it as well when you're plugged into the wall, because if you don't, the battery is going to die very quick. I'll talk about battery in a second. But I find I don't need gaming mode. I've played a few games on this now, and it is completely fine without gaming mode. And what gaming mode does is it, on purpose, makes the fans go crazy to keep the laptop as cool as possible. Sometimes you just don't need it. You know, for the performance gain, I think someone said it's about 5% or 10% performance increase. For the fans to be going nuts for that, honestly, it doesn't need it. Like, this laptop is basically, it's the second best machine I've ever owned computing wise. Like, in my old desktop, it's better than that. This computer that I've got now, it's obviously not as good as that, obviously, but it's not bad. Like, this laptop is definitely better than the average gamer machine, even desktops out there. So I find I'm probably not really going to use gaming mode, and maybe I'll only use it if I'm at like a LAN or something, and I know I'm staying here for like the next 6 hours. Maybe I'll do it then, but other than that, probably not. Final thing, we'll talk about battery, but I forgot to mention at the bottom you may see these 2 lines. This was something that I didn't realize, because this actually gives the laptop's profile side on a little bit more bulkiness. Like, not enough to complain about, but basically what these are rubber grommets that when this laptop is just on a desk is where it's supposed to be. Like, an actual laptop doesn't actually want to be on your lap, by the way. It wants to be on a hard, smooth surface. When this is flat on a hard surface, these raise the laptop up a little bit, therefore letting the air flow into the fans. And I was like, that's pretty smart. Like, I've seen similar things to that, but not running the whole way down the laptop. Some people will like that, some people won't. But I do, actually. Battery life, I will say, I have tested. Basically, depends what you're doing. I've got, I think, up to like 5 or 6 hours with it, which I know a lot of people could go, that's like nothing. For gaming laptops, that's very good. But if you're gaming, 2 to 3 hours if you're not plugged in. But again, that's the point of a gaming laptop. Whenever you're actually gaming, you should be plugged in to the wall with the charger and everything. You should be. Like, there's no excuse not to be. So, in essence, yeah. So overall, my review, very positive. What I will do most likely is, because, I was positive about the MSI a year and a half ago, and then it started having those problems like a month or two later. So even if it's just in a League of Legends commentary in the next couple months, or if it's on stream, I'll update you guys and be like, it's still good, it's still performing. But I am, again, my next step for this is I am thinking about getting it one of those D-brand just skins, because the smudginess is just a little bit too much. That's the only negative that I actually could think of. But that's going to be it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts down below. If you've got any questions, feel free to throw them at me. And again, I think I must have said it in the unboxing half to this video, but this laptop was thereabouts around £2,000. So for some people, that's going to be very expensive. Obviously for myself, it's not sponsored. I bought it, but I can also claim it as a business expense, so it kind of gets taken off my tax bill. So for me, I think it's worth doing. This is a machine that I'll probably have for many, many years, because again, this thing in reality, it's not going to be gaming that much. It may be gaming, honestly, like 3 or 4 times a year, and up to a maximum of a week at a time. So out of 52 weeks in a year, it may be gaming 3 or 4 weeks. That's maximum. So this thing is more to be like an internet browser, a business hub. That's mainly what it is. But for me to have the capacity to game on it was important. And also just to have it as a powerful machine that if I'm ever away and I need to render a video, well, that can do that. Obviously, you don't want to make this thing do it all the time. It's not designed for that, but it'll do the occasional video completely fine. So that's also, it was important. But anyway, again, if you got any questions, leave them down below. I did a bunch of research of other gaming laptops as well, by the way. So if you've got any other questions about other brands, I may know the answers to those. Share your experiences down below as well. If someone's hunting for a PC, maybe you can help them too. And obviously, just as a final point, is when you are looking for PCs, I'd always generally look for advice from people within your own country, because the prices of hardware change dramatically. Like, a price of a graphics card in the UK is going to be a lot different to one in America. It's going to be different to China. It's going to be, it changes a lot depending demand, depending, a lot of things. But anyway, like, subscribe. See you guys next time.